Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Shestakovsky, Vice President of Communications and Content for the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. And welcome to the Hall of Fame's Contemporary Baseball Era Committee Introductory News Conference. Joining me on the dais are Josh Rawitch, President of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, the newest member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, Jeff Kent, and the Chairman of the Board of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, Jane Forbes Clark. We're also thrilled today to have Jeff's lovely wife, Dana, joining us. And with that, I'll ask Josh to step to the podium for some opening remarks.
Thank you, Shesta, and thank you all so much for being here today. As you know, the National Baseball Hall of Fame 16-member Contemporary Baseball Era Committee met yesterday to consider 8 player candidates for Hall of Fame election whose greatest contributions came after 1980. The ballot was selected by an 11-member historical overview committee of the Baseball Writers Association of America. On behalf of Jane Forbes Clark and the Board of Directors of the Hall of Fame, we'd like to thank both of those committees for their thoughtful work. You heard the results last night on MLB Network, and the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee elected Jeff Kent to one of baseball's most elite fraternities. Over the course of a remarkable 17-year career, Jeff established himself as one of the most productive players at his position in the game's history. With a dozen 20-plus homer seasons and 8 seasons of 100 or more runs driven in, his career total of 377 home runs is the most ever by a second baseman, and his 1,518 RBI are the most of any second baseman whose career began in the live ball era. His 6 seasons in San Francisco included an MVP effort in 2000, in which he batted .334 with 33 homers, 125 runs batted in, and a 1,021 OPS, and an outstanding 2002 season that helped drive the Giants to the National League pennant. He earned 5 All-Star selections and 4 Silver Slugger awards across a career that also impacted the Toronto Blue Jays, New York Mets, Cleveland Indians, Houston Astros, and Los Angeles Dodgers. And now he joins the Baseball Hall of Fame team in our class of 2026. Congratulations, Jeff Kent. We are all very much looking forward to our induction ceremony in Cooperstown on Sunday, July 26th, 2026, where Jeff will be celebrated along with any electees who emerge from the Baseball Writers Association of America voting, which will be announced on January 20th, also right here on MLB Network, live from the Plaque Gallery in Cooperstown. And now, I would ask you to please stand, Jeff, and put on your new team jersey and team cap.
And before we open for questions, I'd love to ask Jeff if he wants to make a few opening remarks as well.
It's been a while. This is an overwhelming moment. It has been a whirlwind. I'll try not to get too deep because tears will start coming out again. I cried when I retired, and now I have to re-cry again coming back. The game has always been a beautiful game. I played it with passion, I played it with integrity, and loved every minute that I played the game. Grateful to the Hall of Fame for the consideration, grateful for the voters that considered and argued through and debated through my career, and so grateful that I was recognized. I still can't believe guys like Alan Trammell, who I had lunch with today, that I'm included in guys with that name, that somehow, some way, my name can be in the same line as those great players before me. This is just an unbelievable moment. Thank you.
That's a question right in front here.
Yeah, John Shea, San Francisco Standard. Jeff, congrats again. You spoke last night that you implied that you would like to go in as a Giant, obviously, where you had your most success in terms of the plaque, even though it's Hall of Fame ultimate decision. Could you envision yourself being here today if Brian Sabian didn't trade for you from Cleveland because you spoke about, your relationship with Dusty Baker, how he turned around your career. You had a new set of teammates. You played with Barry Bonds. Would you have been here today if you weren't a Giant?
No, I would not be here. That was no. My answer is no. That was the turning point in my career. That was, I learned a lot through my time with the New York Mets. Dallas Green was a guy that taught me how to be more of a professional baseball player. When I got to San Francisco, Dusty Baker, lit a fire under me to be better, not to achieve just this normal standard, but to achieve more. I think Dusty was a guy that really understood how to get the best out of his players, and I think he knew that I had more to give, and he fired that up. I made some physical changes when I got to San Francisco. The biggest one is I wish kids would learn how to do it more often, but go the other way. I learned how to go with the pitch, give the pitcher some credit. If he wants to throw the ball away, hit it away. So those are some physical adjustments I made, but absolutely, I would not be here without the Giants.
Hi, Jeff. Susan Slesser from the San Francisco Chronicle. Congratulations again. You obviously talked a little bit about Dusty and some of the other people in San Francisco that meant a lot to you. Have you had a chance to talk to Dusty or Brian Sabian? And have you heard from people in San Francisco or Giants fans?
Well, some of you guys may know the inside joke. Brian Sabian was not an idiot back in the day, if you know that. When he traded for me, Sabian and Ned Colletti were there, took a risk on me and Jose Vizcaino, and that was the tag. Sabian that first year had pulled together 6 or 7 trades and signees to create that team that was a pretty good first-year team. I have not exchanged messages with those guys. I did exchange some texts with Dusty. And I have over the years. We chat every now and then. My son still plays, so we'll pop off about each other's kids every now and then. And I'll get a chance to do that after I get through these 200 text messages that I have on my phone, which I haven't done yet. But no, there's so many people involved in my career and the progress of it, and I considered it a progress. I think I still played when I was 40 years old in L.A., I didn't know it at the time that I was one of the oldest guys to ever play for the Dodgers opening day, but I felt like my life was a progress. It started out kind of slow, but it progressed and had some meat in the middle, and still had some legs at the end. So I'm grateful for so many people that I can't mention now that were involved. But those guys were we talked about Dusty a minute ago, but Sabian took a chance, and I can claim he wasn't an idiot.